Welcome to the Pinter Beer Chef, a channel dedicated to the Pinter 3. Here you'll learn everything you need to know to brew like a pro. Okay, today we are taste testing Ancestor's British Bitter. I'll get you zoomed in for the pour as usual, and then we'll see what we think. So there you have it. This one has been battered, to be honest. I've had it out of the fridge numerous times. I took it in the garden. I've done the taste testing out there. It's been knocked around a bit. It's pretty much empty now. You know, I'll finish it off tonight and get it cleared up for another brew. I'm surprised, to be honest. It's still holding its carbonation. You know, it's done a good job, really. But what we'll do is I'll review it anyway, as if I just tapped it for the first time. You know, I pretty much know, I know what I'm dealing with. Of course, I've drunk this many times, but this is the official taste test, and I'll tell you, as I've seen it when it was first brewed and I first tapped it, you know, it might not be quite as crisp and as energetic as it was with all the battering around that it's had, but I think it will still be a fair reflection, a fair review of what we're talking about today. So just jumping straight into the visuals of it, I think it's a good looking bitter. You know, it looks decent. It looks pretty much like I'd expect it to. I think it deserves like pretty solid 4 out of 5 for the visuals. It looks fine. You know, it looks fine. And as usual, you know, when it was first brewed straight out the tap and it hadn't been messed about so much, it was beautifully carbonated, great head retention. So it was all good. Moving on to the smell. When I smell this, I've come up with the idea of printing off the flavour notes, if you like, and the smell and the look from the Pinter website to give you an idea of what the flavour profile was intended to be. You know, they say it's amber colour, which obviously it is an amber colour. They say it's at mid to low bitterness, low hop and malta. I think they tick all them boxes, so I think they've achieved the flavour profile that we're looking for. They've achieved what they set out to achieve. At 4.1%, it's a steady drink. You know, it's nice and easy going, but you know, it's very enjoyable. So the taste test of it, I've had this a few times, of course, so I pretty much know in my head, you know, what I'm going to score this, to be honest. But you know, I'll have a quick taste. I think this is a good one. It's really, you know, it's quite punchy and flavoursome for a bitter. I think it's really nice. You know, I find it really quite pleasant. I think it's got some real deep, earthy sort of flavour to it. You know, probably I think you'd probably describe it as sort of like medium bodied, if you like. Got a good mouthfeel to it. So I really enjoy drinking it. I mean, there's not really much on the shelf out there that I'd rather drink instead of this. When I come to the bitter, I buy this regularly and I drink it a lot because, you know, it is my preferred bitter, to be honest. So I really enjoy it. And for that, is there a craft bitter out there better than this? Probably, yes. You know, like with most beers, there's going to be sort of like a craft variation, professionally brewed, that's going to rival it. Is it as good as the bitter that's on your shelf down your supermarket? Yes, it is. You know, I think it is. So for that, I'd score it 4.5 out of 5 for the taste. I think it's spot on, really. You know, it's as good as it really, I suppose, could be for what we're looking for. So the taste, 4.5 out of 5. The smell, I think it's got a good smell for a bitter. I mean, you know, some of the bitters don't really smell too much at all. They can smell fresh, but not really. You know, I wouldn't say this is hoppy, but earthy and malty. So I think the smell, I'm going to go 4. So visuals 4, smell 4, taste 4.5 out of 5. You know, so it's a great all rounder. I drink it regular. I recommend it. I really like it. So of course we've got the leaderboard now, of course, which we're going to be sticking with, and I've got the little tag here already waiting in the background. So 12.5 out of 15. It's a good score. Where's it landing on the leaderboard? Well, it's just been picked by Top Bins and the Big Dipper. Probably the hoppiness and the real boldness of them sort of like just picked it on the smell and the flavour. but for a bitter, it's right up there, just under the top 3. The dark matter, to be honest, I'm going to move that down here. I think there's going to be quite a few up there ahead of dark matter. So that's where we're at the leaderboard at the minute. Ancestors, 3rd one down, doing pretty good. And that's the conclusion of the Answer's Best Bitter. That's the conclusion of the taste test today. And there's a couple of few ideas and things that I've got coming up. I've got to be honest, it's kind of been a busy week. You can see, well, you probably can't see, but it's pretty dark in this kitchen. It's late evening now. You know, there's no sun out there. But to be honest, if I don't squeeze these videos in when I can, I just won't get them done. I can't wait for the perfect conditions. You know, I've just got to, if I get the opportunity, jump in there, get one knocked out, get it done. I messed up. You know, I'll be honest. I had a video lined up for the all grain IPA. Done the video, of course, microphone battery hadn't charged it. Microphone ran out halfway through the production, if you like. Wrote it off. It was no good without the audio. When the microphone runs out, the camera doesn't pick up, my phone camera doesn't pick up any sound at all. So there was no sound with it. It was irretrievable. Couldn't do anything with it, so I had to scrap it. So I've got an all grain IPA brewing, no video to publish, but it's not a tragedy. That's showbiz, as they say. I think I've got a couple of little projects I want to slip in and show you. You probably find it quite interesting, and I'll get back to the all grain as soon as I can. To be honest, I'm going to do chocolate stout, which is one of my favourites, and I think that'll probably be a better first video for the all grain series, if you like. That'll be really good. So I'm kind of glad to start on that. I'll just try and get around to that as fast as I can. I think what I've decided to do as well is with the all grain, I'm going to reconstruct some of these recipes really Pinter specific. On our website, the Malt Miller in the UK, if you live in the UK, you can use their recipe generator to put your recipes in. So what I'm going to do is put the whole recipe in to the Malt Miller, custom made for the Pinter. And so if you like what you see and you want to try it, I'll drop the link in the text. You'll be able to click on it, go straight to the Malt Miller, hit buy, and all the grains, all the hops, the yeast, the lot will just go straight in your basket. The Malt Miller will put it all, the whole kit together for you, send it through the post. So you can't get easier than that. And moving forward, any sort of like beers that we choose in the all grain series, I'll do the same. So it's going to be really accessible to you if you want to try it yourself. Really, it's just going to be hit the link, go straight to it, and buy it. So that's my plan. That's my plan. You know, it should be quite interesting. Should be quite exciting for the future. I've refined my all grain method slightly for really Pinter specific. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, so it will be almost as easy as knocking out a fresh press from Pinter, and yet you can do a full all grain small batch kit, run it through your Pinter. That's going to open up a whole sort of like series of experiments we can try. Some real great beers that, of course, are not in the Pinter range. And of course, we keep up. I mean, I go through stacks of the Pinter fresh presses as well. I love them. So that's the mainstay. But as little projects for a bit of fun, maybe once a month you might want to try something extra special. I think the all grain is going to be really good. Got a couple of projects which I want to put out, basically covering how to split extract packs. So, for example, you know, get a 40-pint pack, split it into 3. I think we can probably do that for about 75 pence a pint if we keep the strength up. And I'll show you how to repackage that professionally so that you can repackage it into divisions and save them, and they should keep for about 6 months, you know, in a jar at room temperature. So the first step of that will be to show you how to repackage a large 40-pint extract kit, how to professionally repackage that so you can store it and use it when available. And then part 2 of that video we'll actually knock one of the extract kits up and see what we think of the quality in the Pinter. I think it'll be good fun actually. We will, on the leaderboard, we will pair off the the all grain kit and the extract kits. We'll put them up against the Pinter variations, and we'll see where some of these other variants or alternatives come on the Pinter range as well. We'll see if Pinter stays in the lead or if some of the all grain or extract kits can, you know, overtake them. So it'll be a bit of fun. And then I've got this small batch. You might have heard of this. It's kind of like, I suppose you could say it's a little bit of a contender against Pinter. It's a small 5 litre small batch beer kit with the fermentables in the pouch. So it's quite similar to Pinter. They're about, I think they're only $7.99 or $8.99. I think it might have been $7.99 for the kit, for the 5 litre kit. And with the fermentables in there, the sugars as well, that's really good value for money. We might have to pay a little bit extra for the yeast, but I think it'd work out to be about £1.5 a pint. So that'd be good value for money. It's going to be a good one to try. Question is the quality going to be there? Because if we start having to buy dried malt extract or sort of like the beer boosters or liquid malt extract and start to spend money on improving the flavour, then you're going to find pretty quick that the price drives up. And if the price point ends up at the Pinter range before you get the quality, then there's no point in really, you might as well just stick with the Pinters anyway, because it's not really a cheaper alternative. So it's going to be interesting to find out. It might be amazing. You might be able to knock out £1.5 a pint, maybe even a pound a pint, from a little small batch kit, and it might turn out great. It might be worth looking at. So it's just one of them things that, I heard about it on the grapevine, if you like. I thought it's something that we should investigate, look at. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying alternatives. I've got some alternatives that are more expensive as well. We'll try all kinds of ideas and see what we get, see if it's something that's worth investing the time and effort and the money in. But there's some interesting things coming up. I'll keep plugging away at it. I will get probably one of the extract kits done first, just because I've got stuff piling up that I need to get some of this stuff brewed and gone. And then sort of like down the line, I've got an idea to show you how to bottle from the Pinter. So basically, we will turn the pressure down. We'll use it as a slightly lower pressure fermenter, and we'll go straight from the tap to bottle, and we will bottle condition the beer using the sugar drops or priming sugar or whatever, but I'll probably just use the carbonation drops for simplicity. And then we will see how that fares. We'll knock out a brew, bottle condition it for 2 weeks, taste test it, and that might be an alternative. If you were, for example, to do an all grain kit and you to do a chocolate stout and you didn't want to go straight through 10 pints, it might be an option to bottle it up, then bottle condition it, put it in your fridge as and when you need it, and make it last up to 6 months as long as you want. Perfect condition, perfect carbonation. So so there's a good few options there. There's a lot of good stuff coming through. I just need to plug away at it, crack on, get some of it done, get through the list. In the meantime, of course, I'll still keep knocking out the taste tests and coming up with ideas. There's still a lot of ideas to work through, but I'll work through them as fast as I can, as soon as the time is on my side. So that's it for today. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed your video today. If you'd like to join our Pinter community, like and subscribe and leave any comments below. Cheers.